clean waist, cute face, she chose me, she got good taste. When it comes to sex, I don't never pay. I'm getting checks, they never late. I'm never reclining, I'm steady grinding. I'm full time and no 9 to 5. Full time and no 9 to 5. Said I'm full time and no 9 to 5. And bands on these bitches, dropping bands on these bitches. She's a fan when I'm whipping, she's a fan when I'm picking. This that new Jordan and pimpin'. Listen to these bars I'm spitting. I pull up to that valet in a bucket like fuck it. I still don't have a conversation on my luggage. You niggas trippin' if you think I'm leaving out with nothing. I got these bands in my hands, got these bands in my hands. Your dream dame a fan, she think I'm the man. Dancing
to another episode of Chef Boyarswagg on real food, real beauty, and real life. Today, guys, we're gonna make some omelettes. So if you look right here, we got the butter already kind of going in there. Just gonna swerve it around a little bit. You see as I'm moving it around. I want to make sure I get that whole bottom of it coated. All right. So then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn this up a little bit. I'm very impatient. Now these is onions. You got your green peppers, your chives, whatnot, all that stuff and carrying on and whatnot. Now also, I have a jalapeno. Now I've already washed it off. I want to go ahead and just cut it up. All right. So now, maybe that's a little too much jalapeno in there. We'll just cut these in half. You know, you gotta be careful. You don't want to slice your hand off. All right. Now you see our butter is kind of getting melted now. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and place this jalapeno in there. Now remember, I washed my hands already. Now I'm gonna put a little of this onions in there as well. Now, I'm not really a fan of onions, but you know, sprinkle it on like this. A little green chives in there. What we want to do now is we want to try to make sure that we get this to cook. So you see how I'm moving it around a little bit. You want to make sure you keep it going, keep it moving, keep it warmed up. We're gonna warm that up. Now let's speed it up a little bit. All right, we put our little jalapeno pepper back. We'll put it back later. Matter of fact, I'll just eat it. See, I already got my bacon made and everything like that. We want to get that a little warmed up, hot, and ready to go. Also got my ham as well. Now this is black forest ham. We're gonna also put that in there as well. Woo! That's a hot jalapeno, man. So what we're gonna do, just splice it into. You see how I'm just throwing it in there, and then I'm gonna mix it in, mix it around. Uh-oh. You just heard me get some of this in there. Grab my little spatula. And you see that sizzle? And I'm sizzling because I put that butter in there. And we want to cook those vegetables. Because once those vegetables are cooked, we're going to try to add those eggs in there as well. And we're going to make sure that we season that as well. So some may argue you season it before. Me, I season it before and after. All right. Got the seasons right here. This is sausage seasoning. So I place this little sausage seasoning in there. We gotta be careful. All right. You got your parsley flakes. All right. Then you got the black pepper. Now the fire's it's a little hot right now. But don't worry, guys. We're here. Don't try this at home. Be careful. Now I'm going to turn it down a little bit. All right. Now you guys think it's about done? Ready for the eggs? All right. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. Oh, whoop, don't forget the bacon, right? Now you see the bacon. Just going to go ahead and slice a few bacon pieces in there. like I said, man, make sure you wash your hands. I mean, but this is, you know, that's self-explanatory. All right. So now we got the bacon in there. Pretty good bacon. We want to go ahead and place our eggs in there. Now we're going to crack the egg. We want to make sure that we don't get any shells in it. So you got to be very careful, okay? You see how I crack it on the side? And I just let it go? I'll get the next one in there. Now, what other thing I do as well is I add egg white. Now, what egg white does is it, well, I don't really know. It's just liquid egg white, and it's supposed to be healthy. So you just pour it in there. And I just finished the last thing of it up. Alright. Now, we want to make sure this thing is cooking. So, you see how you look inside, you can see all the different bubbles coming up and everything like that. You see your jalapenos there, you see your bacon there, you see, you know, now we want to be careful. We want to let it cook. We want to let it, you know, get to that point where it can flip. We may not be able to flip, we may not. We're going to try to flip it today anyway. All right? Now, we're just going to give it some little time to cook up a little bit. Let it warm, let it, you know, go in there for a second. Let it do whatever it's got to do. And then once that's done, we're going to try to flip it out. And then when we flip it, it's going to go to the next side. And then we're going to be able to actually cook the rest of the side. And it's very simple, really. And it's not hard to make. You know, what I do, I'm going to go ahead and put the seasoning in there. All right. Little magic for you guys. We got that in there, sausage seasoning. All right. And this is the same seasoning I already put in there. Keep in mind, this is where you can put salt in there if you want. Me, I'm not a person for salt. I don't really even see any salt, unless this is what salt is. Sea salt. I don't know. And do you guys really need salt? I don't really need salt. Let's just add a little more black pepper. All right. Ooh, a little too much black pepper. All right. Now you see how we want to make sure the ends are able to come up. Now we want to make, because when we flip it, we don't want no confusion. Okay. All right. Now I'm just being careful to make sure that we got it's cooked so far in. You see what I'm saying? Now it's about ready to be flipped. So here's how you flip it. Very simple. Grab your thing. Make sure everything's there. All right. On the count of 3, we're gonna flip it. Okay. 1, 2, 3. All right. Let's try it again. 1, 2. And you see how I flipped it, and it came right over. And now that's really the basis of it. Now this is the part where you add the cheese. I almost forgot. But me, I like cheese. Or just a little dab of cheese in there. All right. Now, some people like to go overboard with the cheese. Me, I just really like to make sure my stuff is cheesy a little bit. Make sure the omelet feels good. Make sure it looks good in there. Make sure it tastes good. Because at the end of the day, you're the one that's going to be eating the omelet. Right? All right. So now I just keep shaking it. Then you can see the cheese still need to melt. But you see that there's a lot of stuff in there, going on in there. Now, I'm gonna flip it again, but I'm not gonna do or let me see. I'm gonna try to mash it in like that. All right. Now, what that's gonna do is that's gonna help get that cheese melted. And it's not the prettiest omelet, but it's gonna taste pretty good still. Because keep in mind, we got a lot of shit in there. Now we're gonna get the paper plate. And be careful with your paper plate. You want to just make sure when you get your paper plate. Well, I don't know. There's nothing to it. Better get in the paper plate. All right, got your paper plate. Or should we get a? Well, I have to wash the dishes, so I don't know if that's a good idea to get a real plate. We'll just get a regular plate. All right. And so now we'll just go ahead and place that on here. Let's do it on, for the sake of the video. Let's do it on a real clean plate, just in case. There we go. Just for style and flavor. All right. We grab our little plate. Now you want to be careful. Boom. Just like that. Really simple, guys. Really simple. Now you see the omelet, and this is it. So, like I said, you know, just got to be careful with the flipping part. Make sure that you, when you make your omelet, just make sure you get all your ingredients already there. Eggs cook really fast. So, you know, because eggs cook really fast, you got to have everything already prepared. See, and then you make sure you turn up your fire. You put your thing in the water, and then that. All right. All right, guys. I thank you for tuning in today to another episode of Chef Boyarswagg. You're watching real beauty, real food, and real life. Thanks for tuning in, guys.